Hey, what's up guys, the Baltic Commentator here, bringing you guys another bombastic video, and I'm bringing you guys my Q&A video, my YouTube anniversary video, and my YouTube anniversary actually was on the 28th of August, but I wasn't ready to upload the video at that time, at that date. But yeah, so I'm uploading it now, and let's get into the questions. And before I get into unique questions, I want to answer the frequently asked questions first. So, do I have a favorite professional team? And do I have a favorite professional player? And to answer that, yes, obviously, I have a favorite team. And at the moment, it's Cloud9. I'm a total Cloud9 fan gay. And it's just because, I mean, I've always liked the team, but it's just that they never had good results. But now they are finally winning stuff. Like, they are not winning events, but they are winning a lot of matches against European teams, and that's awesome. I like the team a lot, and if I had to pick my second favorite team, I would have to go with Navi. I mean, they have the best sniper in the world, Guardian, and they have one of the best 1.6 pistol players, Edward, and I mean, they have Flamey, a complete headshot machine. They have Zeus, one of the best in-game leaders of the CIS scene, and Seized, also a pretty good fragger, and overall I just like the team, and that's my second favorite team. And my favorite player, it's kinda tough, but I like Orpers, and if I had to pick one, I would probably go with either Guardian or Skadoodle. I haven't really thought about it that much. Kenny S used to be my favorite player when he was in his prime, but now that he's not that explosive anymore, I think I would have to go with Guardian. I would pick him over Skadoodle, just slightly. And another frequently asked question was, will I be getting Black Ops 3? And the answer to this question is pretty damn complicated, because I did play the beta of the game, and I didn't like it too much. Like, it feels like every other Call of Duty, and the thing is, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty anymore. I mean, I still like Black Ops 1, I still like Modern Warfare 2, but other than that, I don't like the franchise overall, and Counter-Strike is just so much more competitive, and I would choose Counter-Strike over Call of Duty in any day of the week. So the thing is, my brother wants to buy Black Ops 3, but I sort of don't, so I will probably just end up paying like half price of the game, and my brother plays the other half, and we get the game together. But I won't play the multiplayer of the game a lot. The only thing I will do is just play zombies. Hopefully I will play zombies with my friends if I can get them to play this game. But anyway, moving on to unique questions. Love Gaming asks, do you play Counter-Strike 1.6 or CZ or Source? If you played, what things do you miss in Counter-Strike Global Offensive from those? By the way, I love your videos. And to answer the question, I didn't play 1.6 or Condition Zero or Source before the CSGO was released. Basically, I got into Counter-Strike when CSGO was released, and I bought Source in 2013, a year after the release of Global Offensive, and I played it for like 50 hours, and I liked the game. I liked the game a lot, but I didn't master it, and I was very bad at it. I played like 2 hours of 1.6, also bought it together with Source a summer after Global Offensive's release, and I only played it for 2 hours, and I mean, I didn't really get into the game. I didn't really master the game, just like with Source, and I just decided to stick with Global Offensive. And no, I don't miss anything from 1.6 and Source, just because I'm just like, I wasn't an old school Counter-Strike player, and I'm new to the franchise, pretty new, even though I've been playing the game for like, what, 3 years now. And yeah, so let's move on. Crawler asks, actually he asks a lot of questions, I'll answer a few of them. So he asks, would you want to see the next Counter-Strike have a different theme than terrorism? And maybe, but like, this is a pretty like unique question. I haven't really thought about it, but fuck it, like, if there would be a new theme, it would probably drag a few fans away. Like, let's look at Call of Duty. Let's look at what Call of Duty did. Like, Modern Warfare 4, very successful. Black Ops 1, pretty successful. And then we look at Advanced Warfare, which implemented futuristic shit. It's not nearly as successful. And I'm afraid if Counter-Strike would change the theme, it wouldn't be as successful as the previous versions. I mean, that's just my opinion, and I think they should stick with the current theme. Like, it would be nice to have these different themes in the community servers, but not in the official game mode. Moving on to another crawler's question, he asks, what games do you play other than CSGO? Like, nothing's really changed since my last Q&A, which was a year ago. I still play mainly CSGO and occasionally NBA 2K15, and yes, sometimes, very rarely, I play Call of Duty. Sometimes, very rarely, I play Minecraft, but that's like extremely rarely, like once every 2 months or something. But yeah, so I'm basically focused on Counter-Strike. I'm so addicted to the game, it's crazy. Crawler also asks, what keyboard and mouse are you using? And I actually have a setup video recorded. I'll leave the link down below in the description, and there I go over all the peripherals I use, and overall just my setup, my PC specs also, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And yeah, so go check out that video, link in the description. Crawler also asks, what is my favorite drink? And to be honest, I used to drink energy drinks quite a lot back in the day, and I love the taste of them, but they are so shit for my body that I basically don't drink them anymore. But if I had to choose one favorite drink, I mean, it would be one of those energy drinks, because I love the taste, but I'm basically not drinking any of them anymore. And moving on, we have Compact, who asks, how much do you like bacon on a scale of 1 to 10? And to be honest, I don't really eat bacon that often. I mean, I have tried it, and it was good, but I don't eat it frequently. Like, if I had to give it a rating, 7? I mean, it's pretty fair. Moving on, we have Aleki, who asks, since you're from Baltic region, you probably play football. What's your favorite team? And I'm just wondering right now, why do you think people from Baltic region like football? I mean, I can't speak for Estonia and Lithuania, but in Latvia, football is the 4th most popular sport in the country, and I don't follow the pro scene. I don't have a favorite team. I occasionally go out with friends to play some football, but I'm not a hardcore fan or something. But yeah, so I love basketball, but I don't like football that much, and I'm pretty sure most people from Latvia would prefer hockey and basketball over football. And moving on, we have Enopocalypse, who asks, how bombastic am I? And I gotta say, you are pretty damn bombastic. All of you guys are bombastic, because without you, I wouldn't have been able to make it so far into the YouTube. I was on an edge of quitting about a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, don't remember exactly, but I remember the days when I was getting 20 views for my newest videos. And you look at my channel now, I'm getting over 1,000. On average on my newest videos, I guess over 2,000 on average, and it honestly feels great, and hopefully I can grow my channel even bigger, and it wouldn't have been possible without you guys, so you are very bombastic. And moving on, we have I am Tuny, who asks, when did you get into games, specifically Counter-Strike? Well, I've been playing games ever since I was a kid, and I guess I don't remember exactly, I don't want to lie to you guys, but I think I have no idea how old was I when I started playing games. Let's put it that way. And Counter-Strike, I started playing Counter-Strike in 2012, the August of 2012, when Global Offensive was released, and I've been playing it ever since, and it's my favorite game right now. Oscar Pierce asks, new HAL or the old HAL? Obviously the old HAL. I mean, it's just more genuine. It's not edited by Valve. It's just that it has the original artwork, and I love it. Moving on, we have a Perry, who says, hi, I was the guy you traded with. Wanna play? My rank is Lem. And I'm trading with a lot of people daily, and I don't remember every single one of them, so if you want to play, I guess you can add me, leave a comment on my profile first, so I know it's you, but yes, so yes, we can play together, I guess. Moving on, we have the Mr. Longfield, who asks, what are your previous game addictions, except CSGO, of course? Call of Duty. I mean, my first game addiction was Call of Duty, and my second is Counter-Strike. Like, I started with Call of Duty in 2010, and I started with Counter-Strike in 2012, and yeah, so I basically was addicted to Call of Duty for 2 years until CSGO came out. Moving on, we have Nedas Gendrolis, who asks, Dream Knife type / skin and why? Dream Knife, it's a tough one. I love blue steel knives, I love Karambit Blue Steel Factory New, I love also Sapphire and Ruby knives. I mean, I have so many knives that I like, it's impossible to pick a favorite, but one of my favorite knives is definitely Karambit or Ruby. I mean, it's just so nice, I just love it. And favorite type of skin, M4A1S Masterpiece and M4A1S Icarus Fell. Those two skins are just insanely good. Moving on, we have Marvin Maisnar, who asks how many hours a day I play CSGO and how much time I spend on the aim map. And hours a day, I mean, it's a pretty tough question. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5, but that was in summer. So now that school has pretty much started, I guess it will be closer to 2. I mean, I will probably play like 2 to 3 hours a day, sometimes less than that, sometimes I won't play at all, because I mean, I gotta study. I mean, my marks were horrible last year. How much time I spent on aim map? I don't really play aim maps at the moment. The only training I do is deathmatch. Moving on, we have Komichi, who asks, have you ever asked your parents what do they think about your YouTube career? I mean, I'm not sure if you can call it career because I'm not making enough money right now to like buy food for myself, to rent a flat or something, that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess you could call it a career, but it's not a full-time career. And my parents think, I'm actually not sure what my parents think. I mean, sometimes they ask how the YouTube's going, but I have no idea what they think in particular. Moving on, we have the Gameplay Boy YTB, and he asks, what is your opinion about silver players? I mean, what silver players? Like, they are just bad at Counter-Strike Global Offensive. If they want to learn the game, they will rank up easily. If they don't want to learn the game, they will stay in silver. What I don't like about silvers is that a lot of them bitch about being stuck in silver, but they don't do anything to get out of the rank. They just complain about bad teammates, hitboxes, and 64 tick. And yeah, so moving on, we have Aki Hauru, who asks, favorite hobby as a kid? Video games don't count. Fuck, this is a tough one. I would have to go with Lego, actually. Yes, Lego. I used to love Legos, and also Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! And Lego. We used to play a lot with my brother, and I still occasionally play some Yu-Gi-Oh! With my brother, and it's a lot of fun. I like it. Moving on, we have Frob, who asks, how long have you been playing Counter-Strike, and what keeps you in it? I mean, I answered that question already. I've been playing Counter-Strike since 2012 August, and what keeps me in it, just that it's competitive and just that there's so much more to learn. I've never played Counter-Strike in a real team, and I want to try it. I want to become good enough to at least play in ESCA Open, and like, I want to experience just the team against team Counter-Strike. But yeah, so let's move on. So Peppercraft says, hi dude, I'm a French fan and I would love to know some tips and tips for training and how to do it. How to do it? I mean, tips for training, I basically play deathmatch, like I said in my previous video. I basically play for 50 headshots in headshot only deathmatch and for 100 kills in regular community deathmatch, and that's what I do for my training. And how to do it? Basically, I mean, get as many kills as possible in the most effective ways possible, and I mean, that's what I do at least. But yeah, so let's move on. Next we have Gramble, who asks, somehow you manage to gamble your whole inventory and you get snapped by a 2%. What would be your reaction? And I know myself. I would buy more skins instantly, and I would try to gamble more. And with that being said, I probably wouldn't gamble so much that I would bet all of my inventory. I mean, I would never do it, but I try to control myself. But if it would ever happen, if I would lose everything I have, I would buy more skins and gamble them as well. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen. But yes, let's move on. We have Android Age, who asks, do you consider the skins and trading side of CSGO more important to you, or the competitive and game side? I mean, skins are nice, but it's not nearly as important as competitive and the actual game. I mean, obviously, it's all about winning, it's all about improving, it's not about skins in the end, but skins are a very nice bonus. We have Fogel Gaming, who asks, where are you from? And I've said it multiple times. I also have it linked, like not linked, but written in my YouTube bio and on my Steam profile. I'm from Latvia, a country in Baltic states, north and slash Eastern Europe, and that kind of stuff. So yes, I'm from Latvia. Moving on, we have Rager FX, who asks, do you have some specific tips on reaching global elite? I'm currently Supreme now, thank you. I'm currently Supreme now as well. I lost global at the start of summer and I have never been able to get it back. And partly it's due to hackers, partly because I've been playing, I mean, I've not been playing that great, let's be honest. And I mean, Supreme and global, both ranks are very similar, but the thing is that in global the skill cap is a lot higher. You could have globals which are worse than Supreme, and you could also have globals which are better than most matchmaking people. I mean, to reach global, I mean, you should probably become more consistent, because that's what I'm trying to do right now. Consistency is the key, I guess. Moving on, we have FIFAMar, who asks, now I'm using shit mouse, which I bought for €5 in supermarket, and it makes me play bad, I guess. So should I buy good mouse for around €40, and will it be better for me and my playing, because I'm training my aim every day, but then I play competitive and I suck at kills. Greetings from Lithuania and greetings from Latvia. What's up? How are you doing? But anyway, so €5 mouse isn't great, especially if it has acceleration, and especially if you don't have mousepad. The first thing I would do is get a good large mousepad like SteelSeries QCK+. A good keyboard isn't necessary to be good at Counter-Strike. You could also reach global with a 60Hz monitor. I have a 60Hz monitor, and you could get to global with 60 FPS as well, but a good mouse, in my opinion, is definitely necessary. It's the most important peripheral when playing Counter-Strike. So if you have those spare €40, then go ahead and buy a mouse, but also make sure to get a good mousepad, and it will definitely make you a better player, I guarantee. Because it definitely did that to me. But moving on, we have Plug Goigin, who asks how you personally overcome CSGO slumps. And it's extremely tough. The first thing I do is basically take a 2-day break. If that doesn't work, I try to play a lot more than usual. And if that doesn't work as well, I try to change my mindset, which sometimes helps. And I mean, I had a huge slump in July. I mean, it lasted probably more than a month, and I played extremely bad. I was afraid to go for entry frags. I was basically afraid of enemies. I was scared, and somehow I just changed my mindset and overcame that fear. And at the moment, I think I'm playing decently for a Supreme. Moving on, we have Anthony Elzar, who asks, what is your dream knife? I mean, I answered that already. One of those Karambit Rubies or Karambit Sapphires. Moving on, we have Rivas555, who asks, how long is your penis? Really? I mean, it's totally longer than yours, it's bigger than yours, but yeah. And moving on, we have the Platinum Penguin HD, who asks, where did the word bombastic came from? And back in the days, about 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't really have a decent YouTube intro. I mean, I was saying some bullshit every time I started a video, and then I just basically made the video asking people to suggest me an intro, and someone came up with bombastic videos or that kind of stuff, and I started using the intro, basically, hey, what's up guys, the Baltic Commentator here, bringing you guys another bombastic video, and I kinda stuck with it, and now 2 or 3 years later, I'm still using the intro, so I guess it's pretty decent. And I remember that the guy who suggested it was a very loyal subscriber, but I don't remember who exactly that was. And yeah, moving on, we have Marvin Much, who asks, why did you start YouTube? And I've answered this question actually multiple times in my previous Q&As, but I was ill. I hadn't gone to school for 4 weeks. I had pneumonia, or how do you call it, and I basically was extremely bored. I saw that some white boys Call of Duty commentaries got millions of views, and I thought if I would make a video, I would get some views as well. So I tried it, didn't get a lot of views, but I liked making videos, so I continued on. Moving on, we have Xander Kruger, who asks, what is the comfort zone, and when do I know I'm ready for comp? It's actually not that hard to tell. Like, you know when you are on fire, right? You know when you are able to kill everybody in the server. You know that feeling, right? And you play deathmatch to get that feeling. Whenever I get that feeling when I can dominate, I stop deathmatching and I go into the competitive game. Basically, when you feel ready, when you feel like you can kill everybody, that's the feeling I'm talking about. That's the feeling I'm referring to as the comfort zone. And moving on, we have Oscar Schirmer Nielsen, who asks, how long had you played CSGO? Answered it already, since 2012. Should have probably included this question in the frequently asked questions. But yeah, anyway, so moving on, we have Duty, who asks, can you have a face cam because you are awesome YouTuber, and where are you from? I mean, I could totally make this video with a face cam, but I'm not feeling it right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but yes, I'm from Latvia, by the way. Yes, so moving on, we have Med Aziz, who asks, do you think you can play and get better, higher rank and skill with a $10 mice and 30-40 FPS? I mean, it's very tough, but it's possible. I mean, 30 FPS and $10 mouse, you probably wouldn't be able to reach global, but something like DMG is definitely achievable. And I would definitely recommend getting a new PC or upgrading the current one, and getting a new mouse as well, because it's gonna be really tough if you want to get better at the game. But yeah, moving on, we have Eric fuck me. We have Eric Ozonian, who asks, what happened to your Daggertooth bayonet? And I traded it for keys, and basically I started trading a lot. Currently I'm buying items for below the market price and trying to sell them for the market price, basically trying to get profit. And once I have enough keys for a Karambit Daggertooth, I'll probably buy it and play with it for quite some time, then just sell it and continue to try to trade for profit. And speaking about trading, I will make a trading video soon, and I think it's going to be my next video, maybe after the next video, but yeah, so the trading video is coming. And moving on, we have Julian Negren, and hopefully I pronounced it correctly, but he asks, if there is a pig and a kid and you need to survive, would you eat the pig at the morning and kid in the evening, or the opposite? I mean, what the fuck, man? What the fuck was that? Like, I mean, if I ate the pig and the kid, how would I be able to survive later? I mean, in a few months. I mean, I would have no food and I would die anyway, so I probably wouldn't do it. Moving on, we have Kuros Asadi, who asks, the most expensive skin you've had or unboxed? The most expensive skin I've unboxed? Mag 7 Memento, no stat track. Get on my level, guys. But anyway, so the most expensive skin I've ever owned was Dragon Lore Field Tested, which is worth about 350 keys, and it wasn't mine actually, it was my friend's. He gave it to me to play around with for a few days. I gave it back to him later on, and I only played like 2 competitive matches with the skin because I didn't have time those times to play CSGO, and basically I love the Dragon Lore. I'm definitely looking to trade up for one, even if it's battle scarred. I'm looking to get one. Yeah, so I love the skin. Moving on, we have Celestial Dude. Celestial, how do you pronounce it? Help me, guys, please. He asks, what skin do you want to be in CSGO from the workshop? And I'm not sure about skins, but I definitely want the seasonal fade knife. I think it looks just awesome. Moving on, we have Infinite Loop, and he says, I have been watching your videos for a week, and only now I noticed that you live in Riga, Kaiming, which basically means neighbor in Latvian. And he basically says, you are doing a great job, I enjoy watching your videos, and good luck. He didn't ask a question, but anyway, thank you so much, dude. I believe you live in Lithuania, if you think I'm your neighbor, so hello, bra Lucas, what's up? Moving on, we have a question from Corcanfish. Corcanfish. Fuck me. And the person asks, why didn't you think you improve in Counter-Strike when you were a Master Guardian Elite, but now when you are around the global ranks? I'm assuming you were asking why I didn't feel like I was improving when I was a Master Guardian Elite, and it's just because I was playing with players and against players who were basically the same skill level as me over and over again, obviously not counting Smurfs, but I didn't feel like I was improving, partly because I didn't rank up, but also because I didn't learn anything new. And now that I'm near global ranks, I'm playing with a lot better people than myself, and I'm learning something new every single day. I mean, almost every day. A new off angle, a new position that's good to play, a new smoke, that kind of stuff. And overall, I have just better games now. I play better, and I think I can play even better than I am right now if I practice more. Moving on, we have Maram Dishi, who asks, where are you from and how old are you? I'm from Latvia, I'm 17 years old. We have Whisper, who asks, do you play any other games except CS, and if you do, are you gonna make Let's Play out of them? Postscriptum, congrats on 4 years on YouTube. I play NBA, not MBK, fuck it. I play NBA 2K15, occasionally, Let's Plays, probably not gonna happen, not gonna happen. This channel is basically about CSGO. CSGO videos are getting views. If I would upload like an NBA video, it probably would get like 500 views. And I want to grow this channel bigger, and that's why I will upload videos which people want to see. So Let's Plays usually don't get a lot of views. But yes, so moving on, we have Wolfie Likes Games, and he asks, are you ever going to do fan games, even if they are young gamers? Fan games, probably yes, when my channel gets bigger. Currently I have my most dedicated subscribers, my most hardcore subscribers in my Steam friend list, and if they are near my rank, I play with them pretty often. And fan games, probably when my channel gets a little bigger, and probably when a lot more people want to play with me, then yes. And if it would be fan games, I wouldn't play matchmaking with you guys, because I basically don't want to lose my rank, but I would play like 10-man lobbies, like 5 versus 5, with 4 people on my team, and with 4 subscribers on my team and 5 subscribers on the enemy team. I think that will be a lot more interesting, sort of like what Warhol is doing right now, and that's a thing I'm definitely looking to do in the future. Moving on, we have MLG Lord 69, and he asks, what are your thoughts on silvers with skins? And it's their life, it's their choice. If they suck at the game but still want skins, they can buy them. I don't judge them for it. It's like, it's their choice. And yeah, I'm fine with them. Nothing else to add. Then we have Eric Lafond, who asks, you can include this in a separate video or Q&A. What are some tips for a Gold Nova Master? Not the usual ones like practice aim and queue with friends. The only thing at Gold Nova Master you should do is practice aim and queue with friends. Nothing else. You could also practice smokes, of course, but if you practice your aim for a week in a deathmatch, like intensive deathmatch training, you would easily be able to reach Master Guardian 2, like easily. At those ranks there is very little strategy involved, and if you have just the smallest bit of game sense and a decent aim, you would easily be able to reach Master Guardian 2. So honestly, there are no unusual tips, just do the usual stuff and you should improve pretty quickly. We have OU, who asks, boobs or butts? Butts, definitely. We have Daryl Vincoy next, and he asks, what is your best skin? My best skin in my inventory right now, Fire Serpent, field tested with the crown foil. I like the AK, but I will probably sell it. Maybe it's even sold when you're watching this video, so yes. So we have Shrimpy Please, and he asks, is helmets with 3S's your channel? Haha. Go figure out that yourself, and I'll give you a hint. Watch my previous Q&A. Find it on my channel. It should give you the answer. Next we have Beast Adrian, and he asks, what kind of music is your favorite? I like rap, I like hip hop, and I also like some rock bands or some heavy metal bands. Currently, I'm listening to Lordi, which is a Finnish heavy metal band, and some of their lyrics are just horrific. And basically, it's heavy metal with elements of horror, and I love that music, but I'm trying to stay away from it because I don't think it's really good. But I mean, fuck my logic. But yeah, so I also love Eminem, I love Tupac, I love Immortal Technique. As long as hip hop goes, I also love Dr. Dre, and yeah, that's the kind of music I listen to. And moving on, we have Paul Davidson, and he asks, been playing CSGO since June and have reached Master Guardian 1. I have no previous experience with CS and have recently made the switch from competitive Call of Duty. Is this a good rank or should I be higher? I mean, every person learns at a different rate. Competitive COD, how competitive? Like, playing in leagues, playing in MLG, playing in teams. What is competitive Call of Duty? What is the competitive Call of Duty you are referring to? If you played in fucking MLG, you should be at least supreme, in my opinion. But I mean, as I said, everybody learns at a different pace, and Master Guardian 1 is definitely a good rank if you started in June. And a lot of people still can't get out of silver after a year of playing, so I think you're not doing bad. The next question comes from Hassan Kolkan, and he asks, what is your favorite food? Hands down sushi, I just love sushi. And the next question comes from Gold Party Hat, who I have known for like 3 years now. We haven't talked a lot, but I met him on YouTube like 3 years ago, and he's a pretty nice dude. And he basically asks, do you smoke weed? And to answer that, no, I don't, but I want to try it in the future. Moving on, we have two very similar questions, one from Doublebit, another one from Otsu, and they basically ask, did you ever expect to have over 10,000 subscribers, and how many more subscribers do you think you could get? To be honest, I never really thought about particular numbers, and all I was doing was just I just kept making videos and that's it, and I was happy to get more subscribers. And my channel was actually growing very, very slowly a few months ago. I mean, I was getting like, what, 5 subscribers daily, but now I can get 80 on a good day. And things have definitely changed, and my channel is definitely growing a lot faster now, and I don't know how many more subscribers I can get, but I want to get as many as I can, and hopefully one day I can get 100,000 subscribers. That would be sick. But moving on, we have a question from Anel Garza, and he asks, how old are you, how tall are you, what country do you live in, what is your ethnicity, favorite subject in school? How old am I? 17. How tall am I? 1 meter and like 87 centimeters, not sure about that, somewhere in that range. What country do I live in? Latvia, I mentioned it before already. What is my ethnicity? I guess I have Latvian, Polish and German blood in me, yes. And favorite subject in school, to be honest, it may come as a surprise, but I don't really have one. I don't like any particular subjects. If I had to pick one, I would go with English, because maybe it's because of the teacher, but I don't really have to do a lot in the English class, and maybe that's why it's my favorite. It's like a chill subject. You basically go there and chill a little bit, and that kind of stuff. Moving on, we have a question from Jokin Castle, and he asks, what to do when you are not having great matchmaking matches? It's pretty tough, but when you have played like 2 or 3 matches that day and all of them have gone to shit, I would just not play CSGO that day anymore, or just go ahead and play deathmatch, or do something else CSGO related if you want to do something CSGO related, like watch YouTube videos, watch Twitch streams, or try to trade some of your items and try to make profit maybe, that kind of stuff. Like, if you have a terrible day at CSGO and you realize you're not doing well, just stop for that day. I just realized he wrote something more in that comment, but anyway, let me read that real quick. The past months I felt like I was improving a lot in CSGO, but recently I'm losing matches a lot easier, like 16-0, 16-3, stuff like that. Did you have that period of bad playing? What to do? Postscriptum, love your vids, great job, Helmuts. Yes, of course, I have these periods all the time, but currently I don't have one, and I got out of the slump, or as you say, bad playing period, by basically changing my mindset. Whenever I got overexcited when I saw an enemy, or whenever I got scared of an enemy, I took a deep breath or two and tried to just focus on the game, completely focus on the game, and I believe I changed my mentality a little bit and basically got out of the slump that way. Like I said, I tried taking a break, didn't help. I tried playing a lot, it didn't help as well. Changing mentality did help, but it's very hard to do. It might take up to a week or even longer than that to like change your mentality when playing CSGO, but it's definitely possible. Moving on, we have a question from Ecstasy Place, and the person asks, three things you would bring to a lonely island. I want to say 3 people, but I guess it's not allowed. 3 things. Fucking electricity, my PC, and peripherals. Or if I can't do that, or if on the island there's no food, I would just bring a bunch of food with me, so I have so I can survive, and so I can eat some tasty shit. Next we have a question from Madars Remes. Judging by his name, he might be Latvian, but he asks, how many aces do you have on competitive currently within the new operation? I'm not sure, I would have to check on that, but I think it's like 3 to 4 in matchmaking. I believe it's a lot more in Faceit, might be even up to 10, but in matchmaking I haven't really had many aces in the past few months. Yes, so next we have a question from Skrillanosaurus, W Rex. He asks, what is the first ever game you ever owned? A real game, not something on browser or by friends. It might come as a surprise, but when I first got the computer, I couldn't really do anything on the browser because I didn't have internet. The first game I owned was a Russian game called Delnaboyshiki. I'm not sure how it's called in English, I can't really translate it. I believe there is like a translation for the word, but I just don't know it. And basically, in that game, you had to drive a car and deliver packages from one place to another, and it was a lot of fun. But I was so young back then, I don't remember a lot of stuff from that game. But I believe I still have the disc somewhere in my disc library, so I might look it up someday. Moving on, we have a question from Unidentified Man MSG, and he asks. He says, right now I've been having the feeling of not improving just like you for a very long time. I'm Legendary Eagle at the moment, and when I first had Legendary Eagle it was 245 wins. Now I'm at 411. I train at least an hour just on 1v1 servers using the AK, etc, etc, and I do good on those servers, which are usually populated from Gold Nova Masters to Supremes. I don't know what to do anymore to improve my skill and knowledge. Do you have a solution to the issue that helped you? I mean, I stated it before already, I changed my mentality and I got out of slump, but I believe you are not in the slump, but you are basically just looking to improve your skill. And you mentioned knowledge. To improve knowledge, it's just best to watch competitive games, professional games. Like, if you didn't watch the major, go look up some demos and just watch some of the demos. It's going to help you a lot. You will learn from the professional players and it will improve your skill by a lot. At least I got a lot better when I started watching professional CS. And it's pretty safe to say you are stuck at Legendary Eagle, but let's not forget that it used to be that it was very hard to rank up from DMG to Legendary Eagle, but now it's extremely hard to rank up from Legendary Eagle to Legendary Eagle Master, just because there is a huge skill cap. If you haven't learned how to starter step or 8080 yet, go ahead and look it up, learn it, and you should have an easier time ranking up. And you mentioned you did warm-up on 1v1 servers using the AK. Maybe you should change your warm-up. Train on aim maps or try just pure deathmatch. try different things and see maybe they work better for you. Moving on, we have a question from Kaspersky96, and he asks, where were you during the 9/11? I mean, I was 3 years old when 9/11 happened, and I was probably just playing somewhere, or just like sleeping maybe. I have no idea where I was, what was I doing. And moving on, we have a question from OMH02 Gaming, and they ask, will you ever do a face reveal? I've done it before multiple times. Go look up the videos. It's in my room setup video, it's in my 5,000 subscriber special video. I got a bunch of videos on my channel with my face. If you want to see it, look them up. But actually, I said I wouldn't do this video with a face cam, but I could definitely do a face reveal right now. So basically, this is how I look, and you wanted to see the face reveal, and here's my face. Hopefully that like answers your question, and yeah, I'll just switch back to gameplay, and let's move on to the next one. And the next question comes from Rather Moon, and they ask, how hard did you practice to become like you are now in Counter-Strike Global Offensive? I've played CSGO for 3 years, and I only started practicing in the April of this year, back when I was a DMG, and after a week of practice I reached Legendary Eagle, and then I quickly reached Supreme, then reached Global, lost Global, and now I'm Supreme. So basically, by practicing 5 months, I was able to reach Supreme and maintain the rank, and I believe everyone can do the same if they are willing to practice. And then we have a question from that guy Jerome, and they ask, have you ever felt discouraged, depressed, and wanted to quit CSGO from a lost streak and or D-ranks? I've definitely felt that way before. A good example was when I D-ranked from Global and I went straight to LEM, and I felt like I've lost everything. I've lost my skill, I was in a huge slump, and I was basically playing like shit. But then something just clicked, I changed my mentality, I got out of slump, reached Supreme, got back to Supreme very quickly in like 3 games, and yeah, I've been Supreme ever since, and I haven't had this feeling ever since. But another good example, like when I felt depressed and discouraged, was in December, just before the new year, because I was on a huge losing streak, went from DMG to Master Guardian 2, and I also felt like I had lost everything, I had lost all of my skill, and then just something started clicking again, I started winning games, got back to DMG, and eventually got even higher. But yeah, then we have a question from AGNS, and he asks, would I ever consider changing the parts in my PC with time? And definitely yes. In fact, I've already changed my graphics card. Now I'm running a GTX 970, and if you want to know the full specs of my PC, just go to the link down below in the description to see my setup video, where I go over my specs, my peripherals, and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. You are very bombastic if you made it this far, and if you're interested in my like Viewmodel, CSGO settings, my Crosshair and that type of shit, check the description. I usually post it there. No need to ask for it in the comments, just check the description, because I'm getting a lot of comments asking for my Viewmodel and that sort of shit. But yeah, it's actually, the information is available to everybody, and yeah, so I'm pretty sure I missed some of the questions. I am 100% sure I missed some of the questions, because YouTube is never showing all the comments on my videos. I mean, it's not, maybe my YouTube is just glitching, but I just can't see all the comments for some reason, and yeah, I also can't reply to all of the comments for some reason, and that sort of stuff. So if you asked a question and I didn't answer it, feel free to leave it down below in the comment section, and I will try to answer it from there. And yeah, maybe I just missed it on my own. Maybe YouTube showed it there, but yes, I tried to answer every single unique question, and hopefully you guys liked the video. And if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And it's been the Baldi Commentator, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.